On episode 403 of Nintendo Switchcraft, we have a Castle Crashers correction. I really wanted to include that in the intro, but the alliteration is awesome, but also hard to say. Is that a bird with a sword? Dragon Quest games are looking ugly on the Switch. Those stories and more on this episode of Nintendo Switchcraft.
Hey, this is Mr. Strauss from La Mesa Junior High School, and you're listening to the sweet and smooth sounds of Nintendo Switchcraft. Stick around.
Welcome back, everybody, to Nintendo Switchcraft. Switchcraft is brought to you live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. You can tune in live over at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. This episode of Switchcraft is made possible by patrons like Chris N. You can get Switchcraft and my other content ad-free for as little as $1 by joining the Patreon over at patreon.com/runjumpstomp. And if you want to leave a voicemail like we heard at the top of the show, you can do that by going to runjumpstomp.com/voicemail from any device. And I may even play it on the show. And just a quick reminder, if you did not know, I also record the show's video and I post it to my YouTube channel after the fact. That's over at youtube.com/runjumpstomp. And if you are watching this on the YouTube channel, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell and all the things that the YouTubers tell you. All right. Today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And just a reminder that on Saturday, we're going to be giving away an eShop gift card. And if you want to know more about that giveaway, go to runjumpstomp.com/giveaway. Let's get started. Let's talk about some video games. Well, before we get started, I have to do a correction, and this is, it's not really a correction. Last episode, actually, no, that's not true. It wasn't last episode, because last episode, I had Chris Baker on to talk about the Star Wars pinball game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. There's no video of that one. It's just on the audio feed, so if you watch this on YouTube, go to the audio feed over at anchor.fm/NSC. And you can listen to that interview all about Star Wars pinball. He also announced some other stuff there as well. But the episode before that, I talked about Castle Crashers and the fact that somebody had posted on Reddit that you can only save the main person who's playing. So if player one is playing and somebody sits down and picks up as player two, and you're playing together at the end, if you're doing couch co-op, only the first person gets to save their progress and the other people don't. And that is what was said on Reddit, and I said that, but it turns out that whoever said that apparently was wrong. Again, this is from a Reddit post. I do not have the game yet, so I can't speak to this. I can't tell you 100% that I have tried it and it works. But according to this other person on Reddit, they said when you are on the night selection screen, press Y and you'll be prompted to select a user profile. This bypasses the issue of local co-op night progress not saving. The only downside is that you need spare Switch profiles, but luckily they're free to add to your console and only a minor inconvenience. So that's really good information, and I'm glad that user JTN Eagle was able to get us that information, because for me that was kind of a deal breaker. But now that I know now that we have confirmation by this random person who I don't know has said that that's not the case, then I think that I'm going to end up buying this. In fact, I know it came out today, and I spent a good portion of my free time today looking at it on my phone with my thumb hovering over the purchase button. And I told myself I wasn't going to buy anything until Zelda Link's Awakening came out. But my thumb has been hovering, and I really want to play this game. It's funny. In fact, while I was setting up the podcast today, but I come up and I might have a stray water bottle or two here in the room, or, I've got some stuff out on my desk. I always want to make sure that my desk is nice and clean before I start the show. And I was up here, I had the stream on, and I was just getting some stuff picked up and getting ready for the podcast. And my son comes upstairs and he goes, "Hey, Dad, I just added a game to my wish list on my Nintendo Switch." And I said, "Oh, what game is that?" And he said, "Castle Crashers." And I was like, "Oh, it's interesting." And then he was talking about how he has 879 what are they called? 879 gold coins on his Switch. And he doesn't need that much more. And I was like, "Well, save your money, you might get it." But I like, he's excited for it. This means I'm 99% sure that I'm going to end up buying this for myself as well, because that means that he and I can play together. I wasn't sure if it was something that he would be excited for, but he's excited for it, and I didn't even tell him about it. So that means it's definitely something that we're going to have to check out together. I'm really, really looking forward to Castle Crashers. In fact, you know what I should do? It might be too late because I've just been swamped and I haven't reached out to ask for a review copy, but I'm going to have to reach out and see if I can get a review copy, because, try and save money where I can. But I'm very excited for this game, and it just looks fantastic. And Castle Crashers was fun the first time around, but I really didn't get a chance to take advantage of it. And now I think that I can. So it's not a good day for it to come out on the 18th, right? A couple days before the new Zelda game, but it's definitely something that I want to pick up. All right, I want to talk real quick about the Super Nintendo controllers. The Super Nintendo controllers are now available for you to purchase. You can go to Nintendo.com and you can select this. Now, I'm a little disappointed because the first set, the NES controllers, which I purchased because I didn't have a good NES controller example, they came two in a package. And so when I bought one package, I got two of them, and I thought, hey, that's awesome. At least I think they did. I could be wrong about this, but I think that they did. They came two in a package. They were $50. The Super Nintendo controllers, they come one in a package and are $30. Now, I understand that by putting them one in a package, there's some people out there who did not want two of them, but now I have to buy two. And the reason why this bothers me is not because they put one in a package, but because they raised the price. They raised the price. I mean, how much more money does a Super Nintendo controller cost that an NES controller doesn't cost? And Pakia is saying I'm wrong. It was $60 for the NES. Really? I could have sworn that it was $50. Okay, so I guess they didn't raise the price. So I guess it's exactly the same price. I guess I don't have anything to complain about, except that I have the SN30 Pro Plus. Let me grab that off the wall. Whoops. So I've got my SN30 Pro Plus here, and this is shaped like a Super Nintendo controller. And it's a really, really good controller. It also has thumbsticks on it. It has the wings that you can hold onto, or the grips, I guess. I don't know what the hell you want to call these things, but it's got grips or hand things that you can hold onto. You can take the back off, and it has a rechargeable battery. But if you want, you can take this battery out and replace it with two AA's. It's got all of that stuff. Plus, it has NFC, it has Rumble, and it has buttons like the screenshot button, and it has buttons like the home button. And when I think about it, I think that this is probably the best way. Well, first off, I have to say this is the best way to play games on your Switch, period. I love this controller. This controller is fantastic. And I've been using it to play Super Nintendo games with the tiny little bit of time that I have had to play Super Nintendo games. I really haven't had a chance to focus on it too much. The battery life on it is really good. The only thing that it doesn't have is Well, you know what? I don't know if it has NFC, but I think it does. But with that, besides that question of NFC, the only thing that it doesn't have is HD Rumble. Um, and this is $50. I know that this is $20 more than a Super Nintendo controller, but this is useful for way more games than just Super Nintendo games. So I gotta say, if I'm making a decision on what to buy, if I'm gonna go out and spend $60 to buy two Super Nintendo controllers, and I already have one of these 8-bit Do SN30 Pro Plus, I think that the smart move for me is just to buy a second one of these, and now I have two Super Nintendo controllers as well as two awesome controllers all around. So for me, I think that the Super Nintendo controllers are going to have to be a pass. I know that there's people who listen to the show who are probably saying, "But Bill, we want you to test it out and let us know what you think." And I can understand that, but throwing $60 at these controllers just so I can say, "Hey, check this out," then it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't make financial sense to me. Look at this though. It says currently unavailable. Please check back later. You know what? I'm curious. Maybe they ran out already. In which case, that would be really weird. I'm gonna log into Nintendo.com. Let me just go into Nintendo.com, logged in, and see if that's only saying unavailable because I was not logged in. So I'm going to go to Nintendo Switch Online and the controllers, and I can show this again because I'm logged in. And where are the controllers? I got to find them. Here we are. Where's the button to buy? Okay, maybe it's under accessories? I'm not sure. Well, that's frustrating. If I scroll down, I don't see them anywhere on the website except for where I was before, and on this page that actually had the controllers on there, I was not logged in. So now I'm very, very confused because I'm not logged in when I'm at this website, which is snesc.nintendo.com. What if I just get rid of that? No, okay. I'm not sure what's going on here, guys. But you know, like I said, I do the show live, so I can't really troubleshoot this right now. That being said, that's very interesting that it's not showing up as available. Maybe somebody in chat has. Oh, Pakio in chat says the button to buy has disappeared. I wonder if they ran out already. If that's the case, Nintendo, get your house in order. Don't just make like 5 damn controllers and have them sell out instantaneously. Make enough. Listen, Nintendo, I want you to listen to what I'm saying here. This is important. I want you to do what Apple does. And if you don't know what Apple does, here's what they do. They just take people's money and then they make a controller or a phone or an iPad or a pair of headphones or a watch for that person. And then they ship it to them. And if they run out, they take the order anyway. And then they make it for them and send it later. You don't have to guess as to how many you're going to sell. Just take as many orders as you can and then make that many devices and mail them to people. It's super easy, and it's the way that it should work. I don't understand why Nintendo is constantly trying to guess. I think we need 15,000 of these things. Nope, we needed 20,000. So those 5,000 people don't get to buy the thing that they wanted to buy. I don't know. I'm annoyed now, Nintendo, but that's okay. It doesn't matter to me, I guess. I wasn't going to buy the damn thing anyway. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a bird and a sword. Stick around.
Powerball!
All right, we are back, and we've got a bird and a sword to talk about. And you might be thinking, what do you mean a bird and a sword? Well, a little while ago, I talked about how there was a new Pokemon that was kind of all hidden and pixelated, and you couldn't see what it was. And it is Surfetched, which is basically Farfetch'd, the bird Pokemon that has like a leak in his hand or in his mouth or something. I don't know how he carries it, but this one has basically. I mean, it's. I said sword. It looks to me to be more like a shield instead of a sword, and it also has a shield in their hands now. Somebody posted this in our community Discord, which you can find over at runjumpstomp.com/Discord. And somebody said, is this a sword exclusive? So I don't know if this is a sword exclusive or not. I don't think it is, because at the end of the video, oh yeah, look at this. This is a sword exclusive here. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to bring this up. And if you're just listening, I can see Surfetched here is a fighting type. He's got an ability Steadfast. And then on the right-hand side of the video, it says Pokemon Sword. It does not say Pokemon Shield anywhere, which makes no sense because, look at this. He's holding a sword and he's holding a shield. So, like, he should be in both games. So I think what this means is that this is an exclusive to Pokemon Sword. And of course, there's also going to be some other exclusive to Pokemon Shield, and we don't know what that is yet, but we'll find out eventually. So if you were wondering what was that mysterious Pokemon that Nintendo was, or the Pokemon company was tweeting about, now we know. It was Surfetched, and I think he looks cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have him though, because I told my son that I would just get whichever Pokemon game that he doesn't get. So we'll see what ends up happening there. All right, last episode, a couple episodes ago, I told you about Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 all coming to the North American Nintendo Switch eShop. This is the first time that they've come to North America on console, and a lot of people are excited about that, and I was excited about that. Not necessarily because I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan, because I'm kind of a middle of the road Dragon Quest fan. Like I don't get super excited about it. However, when I heard that it was coming, I was like, okay, that's cool. I didn't like the idea that it was coming out on the 27th. That's the same day that it's coming to, or that Dragon Quest 11 is coming, and I talked about that. But that's certainly not a deal breaker for me. It's just maybe I'll pick it up some other time. So I found a deal breaker. And the deal breaker is the graphics of this hideous monstrosity that we are looking at. And, I understand it's an old game, so it should be all pixelated and janky looking. And it is, except for the characters. The characters are not pixelated and janky looking. They are high-res characters. And I think that this is probably one of the worst worst art styles that I have ever seen. Well, let me open up this image in a new tab. Here we go. This is just absolutely hideous. Like the background is all pixelated like it should be because it's an old game. And then the characters are like this high res. I hate to use the word art for it, but who am I to judge what is and is not art? It looks real bad. It looks terrible. In fact, this doesn't even show the screenshots. Like there's some worse screenshots out there where it was showing a dragon, and the dragon looked like, oh my God, it was just so bad. Let me see if I can find those Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3 screenshots on the Switch. It's very, very disappointing how this game looks, and I am not interested in getting it. I don't understand why Square Enix feels the need. This is not the first time that they've done this, but I don't understand why they feel the need to change the graphics for old school games. Just leave the graphics the way that they are. There's no need to change them, because whatever it is that you're changing them to just looks real bad. I can't find the other screenshot that I was talking about. I should have bookmarked it at the time. This is just very disappointing, and I'm no longer interested in picking this game up on my these 3 games up on my Nintendo Switch because they just look so bad. iCase81 in chat says they look like something pulled from RPG Maker, and I agree. They just don't look good, and they had perfectly acceptable assets before, and there's no reason to change old school 8-bit graphics and update them to make them look worse. And I feel like, and you can disagree with me if you want, I feel like these graphics are objectively worse than they were if they had just left them alone. And leaving them alone would have costed less, and I think it also would have turned away less people. People who are fans of the series are going to see this and they're going to say, this is a travesty. Why are you doing this? In fact, I saw somebody comment someplace, and I didn't grab it, but somebody commented and they said they didn't do this on the version on phones. So I guess there is a Dragon Quest game that is on the phones, like iOS and Android, and they used the original graphics instead of messing with it. And I'm trying to look it up right now on my phone. Here's Dragon Quest 2. I'm bringing it up, and we're going to see what... no, that's Hungry Dragon. That's not what I'm looking for. Well, gosh, I can't find it because there's too many games named Dragon something, and I can't find it. But somebody said that Dragon Quest games on the phone, they didn't adjust their graphics to look like this. Square, you know what? If this is just an option, then that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with you giving people options, but to take away the good graphics and replace them with this high-res, kind of trashy looking stuff, that just bugs me a lot, and it makes me uninterested in your game. So you lost some sales, at least a few from me, by messing with what was already pretty damn good. All right, I talked about this before, but I just want to bring it up again. We do have a new trailer for Ghostbusters, the video game, which is coming to the Nintendo Switch later, and there's just a new trailer. If you want to check out the trailer, you can follow the link in the show notes. I'm very excited for this remastered version coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is a wonderful game, and you absolutely do not want to sleep on this. Basically, they went around and interviewed a bunch, or asked people to submit what are your favorite memories from playing Ghostbusters on the, Ghostbusters the video game. And they're trying to hype it up, and you know what, they should, because it's awesome. The game comes out really soon on October 4th. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't wait until the 31st, October 31st, Halloween. That's what I would have done. I would have said, let's wait until Halloween and launch, but maybe they're trying to get the game out before everybody's busy playing Luigi's Mansion, especially because this is a game that a lot of people have already played. But if you have not already played it, you got to pick this up because it's awesome. The only thing that makes me nervous is that the port was done by Saber Interactive. And like, these are the guys that did the NBA Playgrounds game. And I heard real bad things about the first one. Never played the second one, but that label, Saber Interactive, that does not scream to me quality. The original game's awesome, so hopefully the port's good. And I'm excited to try it out, but I'm just get a little nervous that Saber is attached to it. Anyway, that's it for our show today. If you want to become part of the community, you absolutely should. There's like 600 awesome, really fun people in there. Join us over at runjumpstomp.com/Discord. This show is part of the Giant Size Team Up Network. For more information, make sure you stop over to, oh my God, I can't talk today. Go to gstu.net and check out the Giant Size Team Up Network. That's the network that I am a part of. If you are looking for ways to support the show, stop by runjumpstomp.com/thank you. And for more shows like this, go to /shows. The music you're hearing right now is Corneria Star Fox Remix by Noteblock. Thanks, everybody, for being here while I record the show. You guys are awesome. I will see you all soon. Until then, have an awesome day!